Hey everybody, good afternoon. I hope you are having a great day so far. Supplement September, so all this month we have different leaders in here educating you on lots of different Young Living supplements, how to use them, who they're for, the benefits, and all of that good jazz. So, welcome. My name is Amanda. I'm a personal trainer and fitness nutrition specialist, which is the main reason I picked this supplement today called AminoWise. It's one of my personal favorite supplements. So it's one that I really dug into when Young Living first came out with it. As soon as they mentioned it at convention a couple of years ago, I think it's been a couple of years now, I immediately started looking at the ingredients, bought it, immediately tasted it, tried it, because I have taken several amino supplements before and have never liked any of them. I like the benefits of supplementing aminos, but I do not enjoy taking them. This one I love. It's a treat. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it. AminoWise is a powder supplement. It is a bioavailable supplement, meaning it's already broken down. It's ready to be utilized by the body. There's no waiting around for digestion. There's nothing in there getting in the way, nothing we have to wait on. The traffic's backed up in there, if you know what I'm saying. So bioavailable means it's great for faster muscle recovery. So I think pretty much everyone knows that amino acids are something that people supplement that weight train or body build, but that's not the only people that aminos are good for. So yes, if you do weight train, if you work out, if you're a highly active person, if you have a very physical job, amino acids are a great thing for you to supplement, but these people are not the only people. So I really want to focus on those people, even though I am a trainer. I actually prefer to work with the elderly and aging population, injured population. So, that's who I'm really excited about this supplement for. So amino acids stimulate protein synthesis in the body. This is your building up processes. So this is how your body takes all of these little pieces and these precursors and these molecules and all of these different things, and they put them together. The body puts these things together and builds different tissues and cells and things like that. Different processes are carried out. So we're talking about the building up processes in the body. As you age, those processes slow down. So this is why amino acids are a good thing for the aging population to supplement with, not just elderly. Okay, so we're not just talking about elderly. The aging population is pretty much all of us, because we're all aging every day, right? I think you guys know what I'm talking about, though. Once we hit our 30s, our mid to late 30s, stuff really starts to slow down. We've kind of maxed out that growth that we've had all of our adolescent and early adult years, and we kind of start slowing down and sagging down and losing energy and things like that. So these are the people that I'm talking about for the aging population. Renee, yes, injuries also, which I'm going to mention that in just a second too. So we're talking about the building processes of the body. As we're aging and these processes slow down, a lot of people don't eat enough of what they need. We know that. We're talking about that a lot this month as far as supplementation goes. And so especially with the aging and the elderly population, they're not getting enough protein. It's very hard to get elderly and older people to eat enough protein. And so supplementing with aminos is a really good thing. A little side note about the aging process, which is just our bodies are getting older every day. So it's accelerated with sugar intake. Don't get me on sugar, but the more sugar we eat, the more it kind of speeds up the tearing down processes and the aging processes of the body. So we definitely want to avoid that as much as possible, and that's going to come into play in just a second. So here we go. Here are some benefits. Here are some instances where aminos are a good thing. Muscle mass and strength, okay? Not just bodybuilding. Just more muscle in general is going to help you burn fat more efficiently. You're going to have a better body composition. You're going to have more lean mass. I'm not just talking about muscle. I'm talking about your connective tissues. All of these different tissues in the body, you're going to have more lean mass. Everything other than your fat in your body. That's what you want. That's going to mean strength, stability, balance, control, vitality, energy, power, all of these different things. The more muscle, the more lean mass you have, the better you feel, the more energy you have. You are feeding your lean muscle mass, your lean mass with amino acids, which equals better body composition, which equals more energy, more vitality. Amino acids also reduce something called DOMS. This stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So if I do leg day today, and I feel great all day long, but tomorrow afternoon and the next day and maybe a little bit into the next day after that, when I go to sit on the toilet or sit in a chair, it hurts really bad because I'm super sore from the waist down. That's delayed onset muscle soreness. That's something that doesn't happen immediately following exercise. It happens a little later on, after the exercise has been done. So amino acids are going to help reduce delayed onset muscle soreness. This is specifically a result of a decrease in lactic acid. So amino acids are going to help you reduce lactic acid induced by exercise through all of the antioxidants and minerals that are in this supplement. I could talk about muscles all day long because they're my jam, but muscle mass and strength are vital to your health, longevity, and vitality as you age. So let's move on. Child and adolescent athletes. I'm not talking about like an 8-year-old that climbs on the playground. There's really no reason to supplement amino acids for a child. But if you've got like a club sport athlete in your house, if you've got a football player, a volleyball player, a track star in middle school, high school, and these kids are practicing 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, playing tournaments all weekend, all month long, these athletes can benefit from amino acids. Our kids don't get enough of what they need, what their bodies needs, and they're growing. So it's even more important for them than it would be for somebody like me. I'm not killing myself physically all day long, but some of these kids are, and they need this for the building up processes and the muscle recovery. So they're also going to experience enhanced sports performance. Why? That's something that we see, enhanced sports performance. How can that even be? Well, if your muscles are being fed and they're being rebuilt and repaired, less damage, less lactic acid, they're going to perform better the next time you put them to work. So enhanced sports recovery there. Not all the kids need it. Many can benefit though. So if they've got inadequate protein intake, if you've got a teenager that you know is not getting enough protein, amino acids are going to be a great supplement for them. Can't hurt if you're taking it as directed. And so you can let them try it and see how they feel and see how they perform. Post-injury and bed rest. So Renee asked about this, injuries. Yes. So if you are laid up, if you were injured on the couch, if you've got a broken bone, if you've got some sort of wound, you're healing from surgery, you're not as active as you need to be, yes, amino acids can absolutely help with recovery, with healing, because you're feeding your cells, you're feeding your lean mass, and that's going to also help you maintain muscle mass while you're on bed rest or while you're injured, to help not lose as much of your muscle, your lean muscle mass. Weight management. So this is kind of a no-brainer. If we're supporting muscle development, if we're supporting muscle recovery and repair, more muscle, healthier muscle equals less fat. That's a fact. If you are building muscle, you are burning fat all over the body. Not what exercise do I do to get rid of my spare tire. If you're building muscle overall, over your whole body, you're going to burn more fat. So more muscle also equals an increased resting metabolic rate. I can't talk today. Too much talking today. More muscle equals increase in your resting metabolic rate, your RMR, which means as I sit here not doing anything, my metabolic rate is going to be higher if I have a higher level of muscle mass. If my muscle health is more optimal, then I'm going to have a higher resting metabolic rate, which equals less fat, which equals more energy, improved body composition. Also, another thing for weight management. So let's talk about normal people without diabetes. And we can talk more about people with diabetes later if we need to, but normal people without diabetes. Amino acids are going to help to maintain normal blood sugar levels. And this is just because of what is being stimulated in the body when you are taking in an amino acid or when the body is producing its own amino acids. Certain amino acids are going to stimulate insulin, glucagon, and these have processes that are happening in the body. These are carrying out processes. So when you're stimulating these things, you're helped to keep balance. Now, if you're a diabetic, it's a little bit different story there because we're stimulating insulin and stimulating glucagon, and we don't really want to do that with someone who can't produce insulin and the body is trying to stimulate that to happen. So there's a few questions to be raised with people with diabetes, but in normal people without diabetes, it can absolutely maintain normal blood sugar levels. Mood and emotion. The brain utilizes some amino acids. There are actually hundreds of amino acids. 20 of them are going to be considered required by the body. So there's a lot of amino acids that you could do without. The body can utilize them, not utilize them. They can help in some ways, not really necessary, but 20 of them are required by the body. 9 are essential. Essential meaning it's essential that you put them in your mouth and eat them. Because your body cannot create them on its own. The body can create a lot of amino acids on its own, but 9 of your amino acids are essential, meaning you have to take them in your diet. So raise your hand if you know for a fact that you get all 9 essential amino acids every day. I know for sure I do because I have AminoWise in this cup right now. But other than that, I'm pretty sure I get it in my diet, but I'm not even sure because I don't obsess over what I eat. So raise your hand if you know you're getting them all. I am. Hi Barbara, how are you? So 20 required by the body, 9 are essential. Body creates them on its own. It's essential that you consume them. Odds are you aren't getting all of them. That's the reality for most people. You need all 9 of them for optimal function in the body. So let's talk about the benefits really quick of AminoWise. Obviously, it's going to help support muscles during and after exercise, helps fight fatigue, helps with enhanced muscle recovery. It reduces lactic acid. I talked about that. Contains antioxidants and minerals, helps support the production of nitric oxide, which can improve vascular flow. That's pretty cool. Didn't know that, did you? Helps support the production of the nitric acid. It contains branched chain amino acids, which that's what it is. We know that. These have been shown to aid in preventing muscle catabolism from exercise, which just means tearing down of muscle tissue. It supports hydration by replenishing important minerals lost during exercise and activity. So all day long, every day, you're losing minerals as you're engaging in activity and exercise, and this helps replace those minerals because of some of the ingredients that are in AminoWise, which are going to be zinc. We have vitamin E. Let's see, and that's the next thing. Provides a good source of vitamin E and zinc. Formulated with wolfberry powder. So the same thing your Nature Red is made out of. Wolfberry powder is in your AminoWise. It's flavored with lemon and lime essential oils as well, which not only makes it have a great flavor, but it also gives you the added benefit of the lime and lemon essential oils, which are endless. There's tons of benefits of lime and lemon essential oils. Contains 0 preservatives, 0 synthetic colors or artificial flavors, and contains absolutely no added sugar or artificial sweeteners, which is a huge deal for me. I am the sugar Nazi. I hate taking a supplement that has sweeteners added to it. It's horrible for your health. You need to reduce sugar intake as much as possible. So there's no sugar or sweeteners added to your AminoWise. How do you use it? It comes in a tub with a little scoop. It's a very small little scoop. You take 1 scoop and you can mix it in 8 ounces of water according to the instructions on the tub. But what I do is I take this Yeti and I put my sulfurzyme powder in here, which I'm going to talk about later this month also. I also put a scoop of AminoWise, and I put 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia in here probably, and then I fill it with ice and water to the top. And I do that once, sometimes twice a day. You don't have to do it that way, but that's the way I like to do it. When do you take amino acids? So right after a workout is perfect. If you're active and you're going for a run, you're weight training, you're doing a HIIT class, you take underwater basket weaving or whatever it is you do for exercise, right after your workout is a perfect time to drink your aminos. But if you work all day and you just move around as much as possible, like when should you take your aminos? There's some other times you can take it. Take it in between meals. 2 to 3 hours after you consume an actual meal, your protein synthesis ramps up in the body. So you have an increase in protein synthesis 2 to 3 hours after a meal. You don't have to set an alarm or anything. Just understand that if you're not going to exercise and drink aminos after your meal, after your meals or after your workout, that you can just do it after you eat a meal. Also before bed. So this is good for those of you that might have some late night cravings and you're trying to reduce sugar intake. So if you have a problem with that, let me know in the comments because I like to talk about that too. But late night cravings, fix you an AminoWise drink. Lots of benefits here. Number one, it tastes great, so it's going to satisfy the craving. It promotes protein synthesis while you sleep because this is when the body is wanting to rebuild and repair, and you are directly giving the body something bioavailable to utilize specifically for rebuilding and repairing. Instead of eating late at night, even if you eat something healthy, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, your body's having to digest all of that food. So if you're having to digest it, you're laying there in bed, the repair rebuilding process isn't happening as optimally as it should be because your body's too worried about trying to break down the food that you just ate, especially if it's crap late at night. So amino acids are a great thing to supplement right before bed because of that as well. Also, guess something else, like something else we could talk about for 40 hours if you wanted to. Certain amino acids are precursors for neurotransmitters in the brain. So neurotransmitters have a whole lot of functions that they carry out, but they can help with sleep, relaxation, mood, depression, and anxiety. So you're giving the body and the brain something during the time of night when it is trying to rebuild and repair, and you're directly feeding it with something that can give you a ton of benefits and also help you sleep. So that's a little bit about AminoWise. I had a lot more notes than what I just said, but I'm talking too much again. So let me know in the comments who you feel like could possibly benefit from using AminoWise. If you've got somebody in your life, an athlete, maybe someone with an injury, maybe someone who's aging, elderly, bedridden, yourself, if you work out a lot, if you're trying to increase lean mass and muscle mass, all great for all of those people. So let me know in the comments who's going to be taking AminoWise, and great talking to you guys today, and I hope you have a great evening.